Hey loves, welcome back to my channel guys. If you're new here, welcome. It's your girl Danelise, and on this channel I like to talk about all things that make you a better person. Now I know that I haven't posted in a while, and honestly there's no excuse for that. I go through this thing where I start focusing on myself so much and like analyzing myself and wanting to do better and stuff, and I tend to forget my priorities in a way. Like I feel like I lack balance in my life, and I take full accountability for that. Like I feel like because I've gone through so much in my life over the years, I just want to heal myself so quickly and be this best version of myself. But like, I need to slow down and realize like healing takes time. There are still things that I have to work on, that I am still healing from, because it was years and years of pain and trauma that I went through in my life. And so, you know, sometimes I do need that break, but I also don't want to make that an excuse for myself. So anyways, let's just get back to this video. So as I was saying, I just feel like the month that I took off, like in January, it was just very like eye-opening. I feel like I realized a lot about myself. I feel like it was such an awakening for like connections, connecting with different people, how I could be better with people and things like that. Because I'm somebody who's very vocal. I'm somebody who is just always rambling, to be honest. I always feel the need to say something, put my 2 senses in, give advice, and I'm constantly yapping. And I realize like that's such a good quality to have, but like I said before, like I lack balance, and so I tend to yap and talk so much that in some ways I lack the ability to listen and actually understand people, like actually get to know people based off of observation. And so this is something that like when I realized, I was like, I feel like I've always known this about myself, but it was more so like bringing that to the front and actually like realizing like, hey, like it needs to stop. Like we need to like get better at listening, because the less that you speak, the more that you're gonna learn. And so for the month of January, that's something that I was practicing, was just like speaking less. And I feel like there were so many benefits of me speaking less and listening more. Honestly, from what I observed, it's allowed me to create stronger connections with people, whether it's friends, co-workers, family members, partners, like whatever. Like I feel like my connections have been stronger for the simple fact that I'm giving them that time and attention to actually be able to speak without me feeling the need to say something right after, or without me feeling the need to be like, or give my advice or give my input, but just listen, you know, and let them feel like they're actually being understood. But as much as I gained stronger connection, it also allowed me to distance myself from certain people, because the more that you listen, the more that you gain a better perspective of others, and you gain more wisdom of others, because you're able to like observe their body language, you're able to observe their tone, you're able to see like, okay, this person is defending me in this situation and is on my side and is talking about how, like agreeing with how I feel about this person, but like how do they interact with that person? Like, are they doing the same thing? You know what I'm saying? Are they people pleasing? Are they just saying negative thing? Are they just talking because they like to gossip? It's like, it gives you the chance to understand their point of view and how they communicate with others and how they communicate with you. And I feel like I missed that a lot in the past, because I was so focused on blabbing and making a connection and feeling heard and feeling wanted, that it's like, sometimes you gotta realize like this person may be entertaining your conversation, but they don't have the best interest in you. And that's something that I realized. I grew up like always feeling like, oh, people don't like me, or oh, like why doesn't this person like me? Like maybe I have to say more for them to like me. Like no, you know what I'm saying? Like this person may just not really resonate with what it is that I'm saying. And I used to be somebody who would overshare so much, and I get so disappointed when I find out that they like shared my information, or they're talking down on my like what I said. I would feel so hurt, but at the end of the day, like I take accountability. Like it's my fault, because I'm sharing deep information and vulnerable things with someone who clearly likes to gossip. But since I'm focusing so much on being heard and being liked, I'm sharing, and I'm not really analyzing and realizing like, hey, this person is only listening because they want something to talk about. They want this information to either use against you, or to feel better about their life or their situation, or to like even distract other people from their life or what they're going through. And honestly, with that, I feel like it just avoids a lot of chaos, because then I don't have to react, you know. And like I shouldn't be reacting anyways, but it's like when you find out that someone's talking down on you, or you find out that somebody's saying things behind your back, like it's hurtful. And it makes me personally, like it makes me want to react. It makes me want to say something. But to avoid that, I'm just not gonna say as much. You know what I mean? It's like, it's good to like get your emotions out. It's good to talk, but I feel like journaling is the best way to go. Speaking to a professional, speaking to somebody that you know that you can trust. And this is why it's so important to observe, because when you observe, then you know who you can talk to, you know who you can trust, who you can say things to, because you're not just being impulsive. And I feel like the need to talk so much is the need to be impulsive. Like, you're just being so impulsive with yourself, whether it's because you're anxious or you're nervous or you just want attention or you just feel like you're never heard. You just become so impulsive with yourself. And that's something that like you have to work on, especially if you want something in your life to work out for you, like whatever it is. Like, I constantly always felt like, why are things not happening for me? You know, and even this month, like I applied to like a new job and I really wanted this job, right? And I was super excited about it. I ended up telling like all my coworkers like, oh, I applied to a job, blah, 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 blah. I was talking about it like nonstop, just excited. And I ended up sharing it to my coworker. And then when I went to my interview the next day, I didn't get the job. And honestly, I was upset because I know that I did so well on that interview. The lady loved me. Like, she even told me like that she liked me and whatever. But I didn't end up getting the job. And then a couple days later, or like the next week after that, I find out that my coworker was talking behind my back about this interview. And she was talking about the pay and just talking about me and just like talking about like my finances and like just blabbing all of my information out there, just talking so negatively about me. And pretty much I allowed her to block my blessings because I overshared. Not only did I overshare about my job, but I overshared about like my financial struggles or my struggles with whatever it is that I was dealing with. I was sharing it with her. And it's like, I feel like that was an awakening for me, because I'm like, wow, like we're not like super close friends, but it's like, I feel like for me, venting to her and opening up to her, that made me feel like I was becoming closer to her. But I wasn't really paying that much attention to realize that, yeah, she was giving me that attention, but she also would talk negatively about her friends. She also would talk negatively about other people, like anywhere. And it's like, so what made me feel like me talking to her was gonna be any different? Like, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, I hold myself accountable for that. And I'm like, you know what? Now I know next time I apply for a job, or next time I want something for myself, or next time I need something, or something isn't working in my favor, it does not need to be said. And this is what I mean by, the more that you listen, the more that you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn about yourself, you're gonna learn about other people, you're gonna learn how to just flow through life and gravitate towards what it is that you want without anybody else's validation. And I feel like that's another reason that we tend to talk a lot and overshare, is because we want that validation. We share so much because we want people to give us the answers that we have within ourselves. So we start blabbing about maybe a relationship not working out in your life, or maybe you are struggling financially, or maybe, you know, someone is doing something that you don't like, and you start talking to these people, and it's like you're just seeking that validation of what should you do, or how should you handle this situation, when in reality, you have all the answers within you. And all you need to do is take your time to actually think and not be so impulsive, and not just try to like solve the issue right away. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the universe always has a solution to your issues. And you just got to know how to like connect with yourself and connect with the universe, and be patient and understand that there is divine timing, and things will eventually get better, whether it's the issues you're having in your relationship, or the issues you're having at work, or the issues you're having financially. Like, things are gonna come together. You don't need to go seeking for outside validation, because all it's gonna do is create more chaos in your life and more opportunity for people to get in the way of what's really yours. And honestly, the less you speak, the better it's gonna be for you to make decisions for yourself, because you're actually making decisions based off of you and not based off of other people's opinions, other people's input. Because when you vent to somebody, or when you're talking to somebody, you start to like you start to pick up on new ideas and new ways of thinking because you're listening to this other person, and not the decision isn't going to be completely yours. The decision is going to be based off of, what did I talk about to my mom? What did I talk about to my sister? What did I talk about to my friend? No, you want to make sure that the decision is based off of you, because that's how you're going to fulfill your own happiness. And truthfully, when I started speaking less and listening more, I honestly then started to feel like people were actually listening to me, because there would be times where I would like have word vomit and I would just ramble and I would say so much, and at the end I'd be like, why did I just share all of that? Like, I'd actually like literally overthink it, like, oh my god, I can't believe I just shared this part of myself, like it just came out, blah blah blah. Now that I have the time to think and process and just like shut up, I know what to say, you know what I mean? And I'm able to respond to things with wisdom and not off of impulse, not off of anger, not off of what I want, what I think they want to hear from me, but like really like speak off of wisdom. And I feel like because of that, my words have become so much more meaningful, and people generally actually listen to me. Because now I'm showing them that, hey, I'm speaking with intention. I'm not speaking for attention. I'm not speaking for validation. I'm speaking because it's something that's important. It's something that's necessary. And I feel like that honestly gave people a better understanding of me and where I come from. And honestly, it's enhanced my presence and how people view me, how people see me. Because that's another thing. Like, people are going to judge you based off of how you present yourself, right? If you're always just saying things and rambling and just putting your two cents, no one's gonna take you as seriously as if, you know, you speak in a way where it's like, I'm speaking based off what I know. And forgive me, my dog, I just got a new puppy and he be barking. I completely lost my train of thought now. Where was I? Okay, so yeah, what I was saying was, like, when you speak less, it's like people take you a lot more seriously because you're not just always saying like dumb stuff, or you're not, like, to them it might be dumb because it's like she's just always talking, she's always rambling, she's always putting her 2 sentences, so they're not gonna take you as serious as like when you're actually speaking. And I feel like this has honestly like worked for me, because I even had a conversation with like another like person that I was having issues with at work, where like we would just always bump heads for the simple fact that like I would always be saying stuff, I would always have a tone, like a different tone, and it's like she didn't really know me, and I feel like she really like misunderstood me. And recently, me and this girl, like, we had a conversation, and she literally told me, like, honestly, like, in the beginning, she told me, she was like, in the beginning, I didn't really like you. Like, I didn't like you because I felt like you were just always saying things, and I felt like the things that you were saying, like, were to test me, or the things you were saying just came across as rude. And I took that in, and I'm like, you know what? Like, she's not wrong, because sometimes, like, when you speak too much, like, people might maybe take it differently. And then she ends up telling me, but now, like, I've seen like that you, and then she even told me, she was like, but now I feel like I let go of that image that I had of you, and now like I'm able to understand you, and I realized that you were just somebody who was so misunderstood. And you know, we had a conversation, and through that conversation, I feel like I did listen to her a lot more, and I didn't speak as much. And I feel like she genuinely valued and respected me for that, and we were able to like come together, and like now we're able to like be actual coworkers and work together and like have laughs and not be awkward or not have any tension, because, you know, I got to know her. I got to have an understanding of who she is, and I didn't realize that a lot of these things that she was feeling towards me were bothering her, because for me, I was just a carefree person, just rambling, not really focusing on like her body language or how she took me, or like what triggered her or not. You know what I'm saying? Because I was so focused on just saying whatever. And I didn't judge her for that. You know, I respected her, she respected me, and I feel like that deepened my connection right there. And I'm gonna continue to use these skills and these tactics to like build stronger connections with everybody in my life. It generally improves your understanding of yourself and others, and how others perceive you, and it just, your overall presentation and your energy just changes by just being quiet. So I hope that this video has helped anybody out there who like struggles with just word vomit, or just oversharing, or saying too much. And I hope that you take this time to just practice grounding yourself, practice like figuring things out on your own, making decisions on your own, practice like not gossiping as much, because this is going to help your overall spiritual self. It's going to allow you to just glow and just be free and attract anything that you want. So thank you guys so much for listening to this video. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.